when he began to leave away from his side, he was already praying.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father.
He was already praying. When he created the thunderstorm to swirl around your life, his eye was on you. Never in danger.
Thank you, Father.
When you finally were able to see that he was there, he spoke words of comfort, not condemnation. And when he finally got to you and touched you, got inside that boat with you, you were already at your destination. That's a good God. I want to leave you with one last story. As I was teaching, I'm liking this teaching thing because you learn a lot of stuff. As I was teaching, my lead teacher told me, she said, I'm going to tell you something interesting about the butterfly. Okay? She said, the butterfly, when it's still in its caterpillar state, it's still in the cocoon, it stays there for a while. And when it begins to feel like it's about time for it to come out, when it's full grown and matured, it begins to press on the cocoon from the inside. Its wings develop its strength to fly by the stress it takes to break the cocoon. And if the caterpillar, which turned into a butterfly, did not have to struggle to get out of the cocoon, it would not fly and it would fall to its death. And I told her, I said, you don't know what you just said. Let me help you out if you're a little lost. When God begins to mature you, He's recovered you from the world and put you inside that Holy Ghost cocoon. Put you inside that dressing room and begins to strip out all those old clothes. He begins to crown you with something new. And if inside that dressing room, if you didn't struggle to put on those clothes, if you didn't struggle to tailor it just so that there was no excess material hanging off, it was tailor fit, it was a slim fit, you wouldn't know what to do.
That's right.
It would be baggy, and you would not be dressed appropriately for the wedding feast. Therefore, having to leave, never to return. So the cocoon, which is our life, and the stress of getting out of that and into Jesus is what guarantees you that graciousness, that Jesus-likeness, that ability to go up and call on His name, the ability to sing the song that only a few people can sing.
That's right. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
You make me keep going?
Come on. Come on. Give it to Jesus. Say it.
A few months ago, and I don't normally do this. I have my time and I'm done. But this is a little bit extra. This is your tip. As Job was going through his struggle, maybe this is just for you. As Job is going through his struggle, in heaven there is something perplexing taking place. In heaven there is a celestial courtroom being arraigned. In heaven there is beings from every stretch of the universe that is in attendance. And as Gabriel walks in, spreads his 6 wings, shoots up into the sky, and calls everybody to attention, the entire courtroom erupts in a stadium-like praise. And when that takes place, Jesus begins to walk in. And a few times we know this because Isaiah just happened to be there one time. And he said when Jesus came in after the praise and worship had begun, all you can see is the train of his robe. That's the coattails. And as he takes his seat at the forefront of the stadium-like courtroom, there is this chair for the prosecution and a bench there. On the other side, there is the defense. There is a chair and a bench. On the docket is Job's name, calling up the first witness. And out of nowhere comes this guy who looks nothing like everybody else. He walks a little bit different. He has no wings. This man named Enoch makes his way to the top of the podium, takes his seat, as Satan begins to materialize and question him. And Enoch begins to tell him, as the trial of Job is going on, and Jesus sitting there in the crowd, smirk coming across his face, because Satan is trying to get out to say that God's not fair, that God's not good. And all he can say is, I don't know about all that. What I know is I've never tasted death and I'm here. And I can sing a song that not one person in this entire courtroom can sing. That I've been redeemed by the blood of the Lamb. And that smirk on the right side of Jesus' face just grows to a grin. And then Satan's frustrated. Get him off the witness stand. I'm talking about Job. And here's where we come into Job chapter 1. Satan says, okay, or God says, say, call your next witness. Satan says, okay, Job, I'm putting him on trial. And Jesus chuckles, and I wouldn't believe he gave him a preemptive warning. You sure you want to do that? Satan says, I'm sure. He's going to curse you to your face. Jesus looks at him and says, okay, bet. I'll bet you my life for yours.
All right, it's on, brother.
So then when Job is on trial, and Satan is beginning to bring him up in front of the courtroom, taking away your kids, taking away your life, taking away your wife, taking away your money, taking away your possessions. All you've got is an ash heap on what you used to call a life, and boils that you take a piece of clay jar to just cut into your skin. Now tell me Jesus is not fair. Now tell me Jesus is fair and righteous and all that stuff. And from the frail, fragile lips of Job, he begins to whisper, though you slay me, yet will I trust. And you can see on the Jumbotron, all of Satan's angels gathering around Job. And the next thing that you see is the chair of the judge is empty. He left, and you see this guy next to Job on an ash heap, taking the wounds, taking the piece of clay and helping him out. And until Job finally says those words, Jesus simply whispers to him in his ear, which is what we find in verse 35 to 41. I should never have doubted you. Jesus said the same thing he said to the disciples. I know. But I was watching you. I was praying for you. I was right there in the midst of everything. So you don't have to worry. Whether you're Job or the disciples, you don't have to worry. Whether it's your fault or not, you don't have to worry. Maybe there's someone in the sound of my voice right now that really wants to take hold. Maybe there's someone in this building, I have no idea. Maybe you've been struggling with something. Frustrated, angry at God. If God was here, you'd take a swing at him. How could you let me down like this? I wonder if you would take God's outstretched hand and allow him to say to you, son, I've been praying for you since you left. I've seen you while you were out there on the sea. I saw you struggling, so I walked out there to find you and get you. And as soon as I got there, you were where you wanted to be. No matter what part of your journey, if that is your desire this morning, just one thing. For the first time, never before, have you met God like this? And you say, you know what? I don't want to be mad anymore. I just want to be saved. Doesn't have to be forever. But you've got to go through the process of strengthening your wings before you can fly.
My Lord, my Lord.
Father in heaven, these people here, your people,
Yes.
that have been struggling in this life. They've been hurting in this life. They thought you were going to go one direction and you took them a different way and they're a little frustrated with you. I'm a little frustrated with you. So we thought we could do it on our own and take a step out before you. But you checked us, sent the seed to block our vision. And now we're asking you, as we're seeing you coming, afraid that you are our termination when you're our salvation. Touch us. Reach out and touch the vessel that we're in. And move it in the direction that you would have us go. So that when it's all said and done, and we're up in that celestial courtroom, and we're put on the witness stand to attest to decades and eons of people who've been created by you, and testify how good you are.
Yes.
We can say one thing: I was saved by the blood of the Lamb.
Yes.
And that's enough for me.
Yes. Hallelujah.
And we can sing that song.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he touched me.
Touch me.
Because it's our song to sing.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
Father, this is our prayer this afternoon.
Yes.
Strengthen the brethren.